I don't know how you think about it, but in my opinion, a face mask is almost as important for playing Airsoft as good eye protection. Keeping me from painful and expensive hits on my teeth, they still can make aiming through the Airsoft optic kinda difficult. Silicone masks in the style of the Laylax battle style AeroFlex face guard, damn what a name, promise to be a lot more comfortable while still protecting your mouth area. In this video, I test if you really should rely on those masks, with some surprising results. Silicone style masks, such as the Laylax one, have been around for some years now. And I admit that I have been curious as well if those could be a suitable replacement of my mesh masks. Fortunately, you don't have to pay the full price of almost $50 to get one of those products, as there are also copies available for way less money. This particular one is made of quite thin fabric with probably good breathing capabilities. It is closed by some velcro in the back and should be very simple to handle in my opinion. On top, the chosen material brings a lot of flexibility, which supports the adaptation of the mask to your face's shape. Only those openings for the ears make you look quite goofy if you ask me. Just wait for the later footage. In the front, we find the silicone insert, which is flexible in itself and easy to replace. The main question will be if this thing is really capable of protecting you from BBs. One thing I can tell you right now is that it is true what you can read everywhere. The amount of moisture gathering inside the insert is very high, even after just minutes of use. The actual feel of the mask really can be described as comfortable. Even with goggles and helmet in combination, I have no problem to aim through my ACOG on the AG. Maybe you notice my ears basically being the only exposed parts of my head. It looks a bit weird, but that's only what I think about it. In my latest survey on YouTube, you as the community tell me that about 16% of you are using this or a similar type of silicone mask for Airsoft. Now let's see if your face actually is protected by those products. The main advantage of the silicone mask, the high grade of flexibility, could also be its main disadvantage in theory. You see that, in regular shape, a BB is not able to get through the little holes. With some bending and stretching, it is no big deal however to push the BB through. The question is, will the flying BB be distracted by the outer edges? Or will it just get through as well? First, let's test this in a classic backup pistol scenario. My AAP1 has an output energy of about 0.7 joules at 0.25 grams BBs. The target will be placed about 4 meters away from my shooting position, while the silicone insert is attached to some cardboard. If a BB managed to get through the silicone piece and the cardboard, the test is failed, as I personally don't want a BB having contact with a tooth that has enough energy to penetrate thick cardboard. Okay, let's check if the silicone did its job properly. Obviously, one BB managed to get through in the lower left part of the area that was meant to be protected. Due to the focus of my camera, it was not clear to see if this BB maybe went through the tape or the silicone was bent sideways. The majority of shots obviously was deflected at least. Of course, Airsoft is not just about pistol gameplay on such low energies. It can happen that an opponent hits you from a short distance with his AEG. This one I use for the test delivers 1.6 joules at 0.32 gram BBs. To make things a little more realistic, I move a little further away from the target, maybe 8 to 9 meters. The scope cam is activated additionally, so we can precisely see which way the BBs take. It's clear to see. Those BBs hitting one of the little holes easily pass through without getting obstructed. Only the ones hitting a plain silicone surface are pushed back again. To be honest, I am not really optimistic about the results that await us behind the silicone piece now. And indeed, The cardboard has been punctured many times, and you only need one bad BB to have a cracked tooth. Now imagine someone shooting full auto accidentally right into your face during CQB. I don't want to be the one wearing this mask in this situation. One could complain now, "Hey, you tested the silicone without the fabric mask. That's not as you would do it in game." Well, I really don't believe such thin fabric could hinder BBs from punching through. But let's see. It really looks like the BBs had more difficulties to break through the fabric-silicone combination. Many BBs are stuck from the outside, but did some actually manage to get through? Well, although we see a lot less impacts on the cardboard than in the previous test without the fabric, this still does not really convince me. Remember, one single BB is enough to make your tooth die, so I want 100% protection and no compromise. Of course, in the end you can decide however you like, but I strongly recommend to use a metal mesh mask instead. Just in case you need a proof of how effectively those can protect you from BB impacts, here you are. From the outside, we can see the points where the BBs hit the metal mesh and caused some paint to flake off. Also, those spots are quite heavily dented. But on the inside, not a single one managed to get through. The one in the upper left corner went through the tape. This area has not been covered by the metal mesh mask. So, if you still want a comfortable mesh mask that allows easy aiming on the Airsoft rifle and really is a protection for your teeth, I would go for the Cygnus Armory masks, or something similar from your country. The mesh surface is reduced to the minimum and covers your mouth area perfectly. The opening for the nose helps to reduce fogging of your goggles, but if you want to cover this as well, there are also similar options with nose protection available from other manufacturers, I think. To find a verdict on those silicone masks, I didn't have to think twice. In my opinion, those products are nothing less than dangerous in situations where you would rely on proper face protection. They could give you a wrong feeling of safety, so you engage more CQB confrontations while having a very high risk of one or more BBs to punch through and cause some serious dental injuries. This is why I cannot warn you enough not to buy this kind of a product and stick to the classic metal mesh type instead. Do you agree, or are you more like in favor of the silicone type masks? Did you maybe encounter an accident while using those masks by yourself? As always, I'm happy to talk with you in the comment section. See you down below and have a good one.